Hey, Nappy Valley here, and today I am filming a Get Ready With Me as I talk about the Lori Harvey situation and her dating Michael B. Jordan and how that made me realize that I was dating all wrong. If this sounds like something that you're interested in, definitely stay tuned to the very end of this video. If you like natural hair tutorials, product reviews, and social commentary like this, definitely like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my uploads. Now that you've done that, we can get into this video. So I'm not doing anything crazy today. I'm just doing a natural makeup, very light makeup, because it's actually really hard to do makeup and talk at the same time. But I also have my notes right here, so if I keep looking this way, that's why. So if you don't know who Lori Harvey is, which I'm sure you do, but just in case you don't, she is the daughter or the stepdaughter to Steve Harvey, and I think her mom's name is Marjorie or whatever, and she just turned 24 like a week ago. She's dated a lot of high profile people, like some people she's dated is apparently she dated Diddy, and so recently she broke up with Future like a year ago or whatever, and recently she made it official with Michael B. Jordan, and this kind of caused a lot of buzz because there were a whole bunch of women praising her for doing it right, doing the game right, living life like how you should be, and a lot of guys and some women saying that she's sleeping around or whatever, which confused me a little bit because I thought sleeping around meant you're sleeping around with a whole bunch of people you're not in relations with, not in a relationship with, but she's sleeping with people who she's in you know what, this is not what this video is about, so I'm just gonna continue. She seems like she's the type of person who will, when she realizes this is not it, she'll leave and go find somebody else. That's all you need to know about her dating life. I mean, some of her dating choices are questionable. I would never date a 50 or 49-year-old man, but that's just me. And I'm also not a celebrity. I don't know, maybe I can't judge as harshly. So basically, the reason why I'm making this video is because upon hearing about her dating Michael B. Jordan, and I didn't really think much of it at first, but when I started seeing the comments and all that, I decided to look deeper into her dating history and why people are praising her for dating Michael B. Jordan. One, they consider it a step up from Future, and I mean I guess sure. But two, it seems like people are she doesn't stay with people who I guess she doesn't want, and she'll move on to next with the quickness. And that really just got me thinking about my dating experience thus far in my 20s, because I'm close in age with her, so I don't feel like I'm having that much fun in the dating scenes as a 20-year-old. I'm not 20 years old, but as a 20-something year old. And I really just wanted to reflect on maybe why that is, and I kind of came up with something. So here are my 4 reasons as to why I think that black women, but black women specifically, don't live their best life like homegirls doing right now. The first thing that I came up with was that we as women, we based a lot of our dating decisions based off of how it looks, and not are we attracted to this person, or does this person treat me well, or do I actually like him, or do I think me and him are compatible? I feel like a lot of our decision making when it comes to dating or it comes to sexual relations has more to do with how we are perceived and less to do with our internal feelings and thoughts and criteria for why or why not we're gonna engage with somebody. And I feel like that kind of makes dating not fun. It makes it a lot more stressful, and it makes it a lot more, I don't know, serious? Is that the word? A lot more, whatever the opposite of lighthearted is. It makes it a lot less lighthearted, and I think that is one of the reasons why women aren't living their best lives like Lori is, because she's just dating who she wants because of her own personal criteria, while we're sitting here well, how would this be seen? How would this look? Instead of just looking into ourselves and looking if we are actually or not attracted to this person, or do we actually want to spend time with this person? We're too focused on external factors, and we're not even thinking or considering internal factors. And I think we need to stop doing that, because we give up our agency, and I am the queen of doing that. Like, I'm not saying these things because it's like I don't do this anymore. I'm saying them because I do these things, and through reflection I'm realizing like this is kind of toxic. I probably shouldn't do that. The second reason that I think women, you know, don't experience like a fun, lighthearted like dating relationship, especially in their 20s, is because we don't let go of people who either don't treat us right or don't want the same things that we want. And I am 125% guilty of this, and I'm trying to work on it. I feel like we just hold on and don't let it go when it's not working for us. And we should probably do that more often. Like, if you want something or there's certain expectations you expect somebody to meet, once they don't meet them, you should just let them go instead of trying to make it work. Like, why are you trying to make it work? Or like, because I know some people think that like just cutting everybody off from your life once they don't meet your expectations seems kind of harsh. I do that because like I can't just be your friend if I want more. I can't do it. I've tried to do it. It's never worked out well. I can't do it. But for people who I guess can do it, like maybe not cut them off or cut them out of your like life completely, but definitely if you are, you know, having relations with them, probably stop doing that. Or maybe not invest as much time in them as you have previously. Again, I can't do that. But for people who don't want to cut everybody out of their life, that's an alternative option. And also, like, for this next step, it requires some like personal self-growth, self-awareness to know what those standards are to cut people off. But like, in order to be able to maintain, you know, boundaries or uphold standards, you have to know what those standards are. And it kind of has to be more than just like their income or their height or whatever. Like, they have to be like internal standards, external standards, behavior standards, like the whole 9 yards. If you don't know what those standards are, then like I guess it's harder for you to let people go because you don't have a way to measure like this is good or this is bad. And that's also probably because you haven't experienced a lot of dating stuff. Because you're not living your best life like Lori. The third reason why I think like women aren't living their best lives like Lori, or not, you know, taking ownership of their dating relations, is that like because we have either been in one too many relationships or situationships where our needs are constantly not getting met, I think we just kind of like become jaded and just shut down and just like don't engage ourselves in dating completely. Like, I know for myself, like I was completely hung up on this one dude my freshman year of college, and like he was not good for me at all. Like, we were not compatible, but for whatever dumb reason I just held on for dear life. But once that was like over, it was so like that situation was so traumatic for me that like I literally just shut down. Like, I just stopped engaging with anybody for like a year. Like, I stopped myself from being able to experience other people, talk to other people, get to know other people, learn more about like what I like in relationships and what I don't like in relationships. But instead of doing those things, I was just sad, cutting myself off from opportunities and just throwing myself a pity party. And I realized I can't get that time back. Like, during this pandemic, I realized that I didn't take advantage of the easy access to guys my own age and being able to go outside and hang out with people as I pleased. And I'm kind of bummed out now because I wasted so much time just being completely cut off when I should have just been living my life and having fun and just being lighthearted and carefree. And that's really the main reason why I wanted to make this videos, because like I've never been personally affected by decisions or things people like celebrities do. Like, usually I don't care, but this time I was a little hurt. I was like, ooh, is that jealousy that I'm feeling right now? And I really just had to sit back and like think about it. Like, why am I feeling so like a negative emotion to her doing this? And this is why. And I decided to share it with you all. Okay, so, and my fourth and final reason why I think a lot of women don't, live their best lives dating is because we're way too serious too fast. Again, reflecting on my own dating history, literally the one time I was just like having fun, not really being serious about like going into the relationship and just like seeing how things went. I got into a relationship. Like, I completely let go of like expectations in terms of like how I wanted the relationship to end up as, and just kind of like went with the flow. Somehow that like worked out. I wasn't planning on it. I just kind of was just like, oh, I mean, like, cool, I'll hang out with you, like, that's cool. And I wasn't really thinking anything of it, and as opposed to like being like, oh my god, I want him so much, like, can we hang out all the time? Or like being more like, oh my god, I want him, so I'm gonna do what I can to try and get him, as opposed to just being like, oh, like, you're cool, we can hang out. And somehow that like got me into a relationship. I also want to preface that like me saying going with the flow is not the same as like a guy who you know for a fact that you want to date saying just let's go with the flow. I'm more saying like in the sense of like I didn't know if I wanted him or not, and I just kind of like let the relationship develop to figure that out. And the one time I did that, I somehow ended up in a relationship. So sometimes we are our own worst enemies, and sometimes like we miss out on opportunity and miss out on just like exploring life when we're too caught up in the outcome and not focusing on like, hey, do you like this person? Hey, do you actually like spending time with this person? Hey, like, does this person make you laugh? Is he nice? Is he goofy? How does he treat other people? What does he do on his day-to-day life? Like, when I was more in a exploratory mindset, somehow I got the thing that I wanted, I guess, to put it plainly. And we're not still dating, like, we broke up, but like it wasn't as bad. Like, I didn't come away with such negative feelings this time than I did with the person who I dated or had a situationship with previously, because like I got my needs met. So like when we broke up, I didn't feel like I was lacking or coming from a place of lack. Like, I felt like it was just like I'm bummed, but like this is not devastating, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. It just felt compelled to like talk about this in case there was other people out there who also, experienced what I experienced and like felt the same way about their dating life after, looking at Lori and what she's doing. And so like hopefully moving forward, we leave behind the things that I talked about in this video in 2020 and, practice better dating habits and healthier dating habits in 2021. That's what I just hope for us when we get out of this pandemic. But that's all that I have for today. I tried something new. Hopefully you liked it. If you did, definitely give me a thumbs up, and see you guys next week. Bye.